Jim, congratulations. I've said in my programme notes, losing a game is irrelevant, not irrelevant, but it's important how you bounce back, how you respond, isn't it? And what a good response from your lads.
Yeah, well, the thing was I don't think it was the team that played Tuesday night that responded.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it was there was always an element of risk in that you didn't want back-to-back defeats. But I just felt that we needed freshen up. I think, forget about the defeat. It was the manner of the defeat. I thought we looked stale. We looked like poor technically. We looked like confidence and even the desire to win the ball eerily drained out of us on Tuesday. And what I wanted to see today was maybe give people a chance who were looking enthusiastic and energetic in training. And I was pleased for them that we got the win, although we'd never really looked like we could stamp our authority in the game. But as the game went on, I felt we were going to score second half, and it was just a question of whether we could push on. But naturally enough, the sending off made a huge difference, and then I think we really stamped our authority on the game.
It was a big turning point. What's your view on it? Because I think in the Premier League that's probably not a sending off because of the double jeopardy rule.
No,
how do you read
I think look, it's quite simple, the rules. It's not double jeopardy. If somebody makes a genuine attempt to play the ball, you get your penalty and it's a yellow card. So a genuine attempt to play. A lad slides in, the lad nicks the ball off him, keeper comes out, spreads himself to save it. You will get sent off if there's no attempt to play the ball. So if a referee deems that somebody's just pushed somebody over, now whether the player really slows up and he body checks him and forces him to push him over, bundle him over. We had that with Stockport here last year. But for me it's a red because of the nature of the rules, in that it's not a genuine attempt. He's made no attempt to play the ball. He's actually hit the man and knocked the man over.
And it's clearly a goal-scoring opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah. And like I said, they'll be frustrated because they'll think, well, they got the free shot. But like the thing is, if it's a genuine attempt, if you deliberately took somebody down like a professional foul in the box, but again, that's where I think it's pretty straightforward. It's not. If it's a genuine attempt to play the ball, it's a yellow and a penalty, and that's the double jeopardy. If you're not playing a deliberate attempt to play the ball, it's a penalty for the foul and it's a sending off.
In terms of your team selection today, 2 full debuts, and Josh Barnes in goal. I don't know how much he learnt today because I think there was only one shot on target he had to deal with, but crosses, commanding his area, did well.
Well, we've been talked about. What was really disappointing for me on Tuesday, I think we've got in the 10 league games. I think we've shown what we're about. We've had the best disciplinary records in the league. These are the principles in which I've operated, whether it be Northwich, whether it be Peterborough at the Championship, SPL, or Stockport County through all the levels. There's certain key things that I like to get across to my teams that I think affect results. And we've always had the best disciplinary record, we've got the best defensive record, we've got no goals conceded from fouls, no goals conceded from corners in the league. All of them there, but the retention from set plays I thought was really poor in recent games, especially Notts County, and goal kicks, throw-ins, we just dumped it on the 9. There was no real appetite for the players that were on the pitch to actually look for the spare man. And I think tonight, this afternoon, it feels like now we're at the start, I wanted us to be better at retaining the ball from goal kicks, free kicks in the middle third and throw-ins, and I think that we've seen that, and in that sense Josh was really good. Lots of short distribution. We go back to the 2 games we've lost, including Torquay. We just banged it on the 9, and then we blamed the 9 for not holding it. But he's playing against 2 players when we have a spare man at the back. So to come to Halifax game, we're determined to get the extra man on the ball. Or Chesterfield at home, get the extra man on the ball, play through the lines using a spare man. If you hide there, don't blame the centre forward when he fights against 2 players and it bounces off him. So in that sense, I felt that Josh did that well. He'd be disappointed with a goal. He thought it was going to run through, it slowed up, and then you cut 2 minds between. You think you're going to collect it, and all of a sudden then you've got a decision whether to dive on the ball or try to block it. So he'll be bitterly disappointed with that. Perhaps delighted it didn't cost him. But yeah, it's everybody talks about shot stopping, and even Ben. I mean, I've got a lot of time for Ben. I think he's a great keeper. Shot stopping's good, catching, the talk and defence. But his distribution was pretty poor on Tuesday night, and a lot of the time we gave the ball away from goal kicks, and so there's elements that we both need to improve. And like I said, as a team, I thought we were better at retaining the ball. I think we moved the ball from side to side to switches. But then when it came to the connection between, because there was times when we got like our two wing backs and our front three up against their back five, and they just couldn't connect the front three. They seemed to be taking too many touches, playing out rather than in. And as the game wore on, I thought I was a little bit frustrated that they didn't combine better. And you need to combine against compact defences or teams that sit low. As the game went on and we upped the tempo, moved the ball quickly, and they had less man, we seemed to create far more options and creativity. And I think our forwards will actually be disappointed they didn't get on the score sheet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you mentioned the forwards there. Lewis Britton, a full debut for him for Counties today. So unlucky, hitting the post in the first half. Couple of good chances. Could have had a hat trick actually today, couldn't he?
Yeah, he got too good a contact on the. I mean, fair play to Macca. I mean, Macca's Macaulay put him on the set plays with Mark, and the quality was really good in the first. I mean, and he's done the short corner routine brilliantly, wrapped around. In training he scored yesterday, they scored from it, and he's put it on Lewis's head. And look, as I always say, if you can get the right cross in from the right angle, 3/4 of the goal is on the cross. And then unfortunately Louis got too much of a connection on it, trying to steer it, whereas maybe if he just glanced off his head, it would have been a goal for him. But yeah, no, he looked to go for it. I mean, what was different for him and maybe the shape we've played in previous games is that we, instead of playing a 2 or 1 behind, we played a 1 with 2 behind, and then the 9 can stay right down the middle, stay as a constant threat in on Ben Sharif, and you're in contact with the goal all the time rather than running into corners. So the onus was on Reedy and Connor to play in pockets and connect the game and feed him or feed the players wide, and mixed bag from those two. But you know, with Reedy you get the goals and you get the threat, and I was really pleased for Reedy because it was one of the players that we felt about resting, but again it just shows his quality again, his instinct to score in the box, and he's a threat. He's won the penalty. He'll be disappointed with the penalty because he's actually very, very good on penalties in training anyway. Sometimes different in front of an empty Cheadle end.
It was deathly quiet, wasn't it, when he went to take it?
I think the referee made a big deal about the whole. You know, there was the sending off, and then there was the whole keeper on the line, and everybody stay out the box, and he seemed to drag it out. So maybe I probably had too much time, but still, he'd be a bit disappointed with that. But what I liked about him was a couple of our players tonight that I felt a couple of things went against him, and the energy drained out and the confidence drained out of him. With Reedy, I think he trusted himself. He made that mistake, and his reaction, his determination to make a difference and make sure it didn't count was brilliant, and really pleased with him.
And Harvey Gilmore as well, debut for him. He struggled, hasn't he, with injuries this season? Yeah,
it's been a tough time for him. I mean, obviously, clearly he's a capable player. He came into the squad because he gives us that left-sided connection that, you know, he can probably operate low and high. But yeah, he definitely made the left-hand side tick really well. I don't think Jamie Stott and Mark Kitchen and Connor really got up to his tempo of playing in the first half, but as the game wore on, there was always a problem. We were always concerned because it's the first game of probably 9 months, Macca's first full game probably in a similar period, if not 6-7 months. So it wasn't that they were doing anything wrong. We had in our mind that those were the 3 changes, and I decided that at that point it was probably the time to make the 3 changes, and Sam, John and Jordan Williams came on and just give us another little lift, but the players did really well. The most important thing for them wasn't being part of a winning team. It was really about getting on Edgy Park, showing what your skill set is, and you know, they've not done themselves any problems at the moment, you know, because they're now sort of they've got to try and get themselves from the external squad into the 16, but you know, I said we roll on in this competition, and you know, if they don't break themselves into the 16 or the 11, then I'd have loads of faith in playing them again in other competitions like the next round with us.
I think you mentioned in your pre-match, Jim, with Liam, and I watched the video of that, and you were talking about 10 games, and you and I talked about this before. That's when you sort of assess where you are. It is still difficult because not everyone's played 10 games. We've got 3 games, 4 games in hand on some teams, but when you look at it, the overall picture, still in both cup competitions and where you stand in the league at the moment, you must be pretty satisfied with that opening 10.
Yeah, I think some of the pundits have talked crap, as you know, not yourself, but the people on BT Sport about where we're at. You've got to remember we've played 10 games, 6 of them have been away from home, 3 of them against the top 4. With the year that we were champions, we had a really difficult start to the season. We had to go to York on a Tuesday night, we had to go to Kidderminster on a bank holiday Monday, we had to go to Stockport, the 3 full-time sides. So I didn't panic after 10 games thinking, because I thought them 3 games are out the way now. They've got to come to Edgeley Park, and we've got all these other games. So the games will balance out eventually, but 1.9 points a game is a good measure, 6 of them being away. We'll obviously be aiming for a similar, maybe look to maximise the opportunity of the next 5 games, maybe to get 11, to get ourselves to 30. And like you said, you've got to respect that in between this we've had breaks, we've had missed Saturdays for somebody having a cold, and we've had the FA Cup and we've had the FA Trophy commitments. So it's nice to be in all 3 competitions at the turn of the year, and we're very much, despite where we might be in the league, because people think, oh, we're 10th, but I'd be quietly confident the points that we're picking up for matches, that we'll use them to get somewhere near the top 3. We're in the FA Trophy, a competition that we're one of the higher end teams in it, and West Ham, it's a great Christmas period to look forward to, because 2 years ago and even last year we were incredible over the Christmas period in terms of the games and how we played. I just wish the fans were there to watch it and to enjoy it, but yeah, we're in a good place, and I still think that I look across the pitch, with whether it be Harvey or Jordan Williams and Richie Bennett and Connager, I think there's loads more to come from several players, and I think that as we sort of coach and manage them into that frame of mind and into that connection, I think we can only get better.
And you've got Hartlepool away, of course, on Tuesday, and then over Christmas the local derby with Altrincham. So it's the intensity doesn't lessen, and you can see why you've rotated your squad today for that reason.
Yeah, but I think players deserve a chance, and you just trust them. We the club's invested heavily in a 20-man squad. I would have loved to have got Jack Inchy on because he's trained so well. With us having, apart from JJ, having a fully fit squad, and Andrew Thomas has got a terrible challenge on him on Tuesday night, and still bleeding and swollen. But we've got those players to come back in. Tuesday will be a tough game, and appreciate Hartlepool playing the game at 6 o'clock. It's horrible Christmas week, but like I said, we've got a really tough period over Christmas, because we've got Alty home and away, and they seem to be playing a good brand of football. You've got Wrexham, who we've got to play on a Monday after a game on a Saturday, when they don't have a game on Boxing Day or New Year's Day, because they were due to play Macclesfield. So that'd be a particularly intense game for us. But look, I think before then we just concentrate on Monday from Hartlepool, try to get 3 points, try to get back up that table, and then enjoy Christmas. And love Boxing Day. The atmosphere is always different, but it's just such a shame that we won't have fans. But I'm sure that people, if we don't get an opportunity, wish everybody a happy Christmas, and look forward to the Christmas games and turning the new year really confident about the 3 competitions we're in.
So well done today. You're through to the next round. Congratulations.
Thanks so much.